What up? Happy hump day.
What up, SK family? It's been a little minute. It's okay, yo. If it's your girl KG, if you watching a replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay in the comments. The way you know you're watching a replay is when you look up and you don't see that live red box. That means you are watching a replay. If you're new, meaning you've never watched any of our lives before, go ahead and put new in the comments. And if you're watching us live, go ahead and put hashtag HeySK in the comments. Go ahead and drop that clock because every day we are reclaiming our time. My name is Katia Green, and this is my lovely wife, Stephanie Green, and we make up ASK. We are your superheroes of self care, aka transformational mentors. We help wounded healers activate their inner superhero, aka their inner child, so they can live a bold, fun, and free life. I don't know about you, but that's my strive always to live a bold, fun, and free life. So I want to pass it back off to my wife because tonight we're talking about the art of forgiveness.
Yes, we are talking about forgiveness. Hello, how are you? Happy hump day. And we're going to first start by offering a forgiveness exercise with us. We would like to offer our sincerest apology. Oh, we driving? Tell us where you're going. Our sincerest apology for missing last week. I had a meeting come up around the same time and it was a miscommunication. I forgot to post. And just to let you know, to move it to another day, and then just life been life, and I ain't gonna hold you. And so I would like to offer an apology for us not keeping our word, and that we are going to commit to doing better. And the reason why you want to forgive, and I'm saying us, I mean, but people in general, it's for you. And as cliche as it sounds, um, it's the truth. Think about it. If you're unhappy with something, maybe you're hurt, mad, or you're angry, or you feel betrayed, or all of those things that fall under the I would call a hurt umbrella, um, you're the one that's feeling it. You're the one that's experiencing whatever negative side effects that you have when you feel those emotions, especially for an extended period of time. That can affect your mental health. That can affect your physical health. Um, Meanwhile, the person that you feel some type of way against either may or may not know, and they're living their best life. And if they do know, and they may not care, it truly is for you. You're the one that's going to reap the benefits from offering forgiveness. Um, and I think one of the hardest parts about forgiveness is accepting an apology or forgiving someone when there is no apology. I know a lot of us women, most of you guys are women in this group, love closure. And an apology is truly a good way for closure. It's just sometimes apology is not possible. Maybe you've had to block that person for your own sanity because they're never going to apologize. They don't see anything wrong. Or maybe that person passed away before you got an opportunity to reconcile and to express your feelings. Or maybe the person generally just does not give two flying hell about how they treated you. And so they're not going to apologize because they don't care. And they're twisted, weird. They don't care. Maybe they feel like you deserved it, or, oh, well, it is what it is. Should be all right. And so they're not going to apologize to you. So you can't harbor all those feelings. Well, I mean, you can. You can do what you want. But you shouldn't really harbor all those feelings. Let it go. Anything else to say before we move on to the next point?
Nice, hit it on the head.
I wanted to offer a moment of transparency in regards to forgiveness. And I know forgiveness is an F word for a lot of people because it's hard to forgive. It's hard to forgive that partner that stepped out and broke your vows. It's hard to forgive the person who betrayed you or you felt like they weren't there when you needed them. It's hard. But I do, as most of you know, I do have a biological sibling. We share a mother and a father, like DNA from a mother and a father. I have not spoken to him. This July made 2 years. It's the 2-year anniversary of us not speaking. He does not find anything, from what I understand, anything wrong with what he's done. He doesn't care. He feels justified in what he did. And for months continued to say negative things and almost try to turn my nephew against me. My nephew's like, he wouldn't entertain that shit. But he tried. Mind you, I'm not perfect, but in this instance, I ain't do nothing to the man. I didn't. Nothing that I did warranted what happened to me in this instance. Sometimes you can retrospectively look back, what, I could have handled that differently. In this situation, I don't see that to warrant what happened next. So over the last couple of years, I So man, well, didn't take me 2 years. But I've forgiven him. Not because he apologized, not because he wants to make amends, not because he realized it, but I forgave him for my own mental health and my own sanity. I let it go. Will I ever hear an apology from him? Probably not. Will I ever speak to him again? Probably not. I truly, I don't know. But part of what we teach you is boundaries, self respect. And so as a result, I blocked him on everything I could block him on. I was recently informed that apparently, if he really wanted to reach me, he could leave me a voicemail. It'll pop up. But I forgave him for myself. But that doesn't mean that things are magically going to go back to the way that they were, even if he was sorry. Even if he apologized, like the next day, he was like, you know what? We might still be speaking, but he permanently altered how I will interact with him forever. Even if he called me today, he was like, you know what? I'm sorry. I insert whatever issue I was having and I've gotten the help that I needed to move forward. The relationship would never be the same. I would never allow you, you say, fool me once, shame on me, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So he's already let me know that in certain manners he cannot be trusted. And I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that. But, just because you forgive someone doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to go back to the way they are. And I feel like that's a huge misconception, especially when you forgive. Like you may have a spouse that may have cheated and you chose to stay and work through it because of whatever reason. That's your business. Um, doesn't necessarily mean that things will or they have to go back exactly the way they were. There are things that can change. You can alter your boundaries based off of what happened in order for you guys to both move forward together. But things may not ever go the back way they should, way they did. And they may not need to be. They may shouldn't go back to where they were. But if you're expecting that, then I think like that's the biggest thing for disappointment. Anything else you want to say?
Um, and I think a lot of times too with forgiveness, people think just because you forgive that you have to interact with that person. Like my mom and dad was not in my life growing up. And um as a kid, you want your parents around, and it hurt for a long time. My mom said some very hurtful things to me at a very young age that hit. And in 2006, I told her and my dad exactly how I felt. I didn't use no curse words. I wasn't rude to them. I wasn't nasty or anything like that. But I got my point across. And at that moment, I released all the hurt and pain that I had towards them and moved on. And people feel like, oh, you didn't you say you forgive your mom? I said, yeah, I did. They're like, but you don't talk to her. I was like, forgiveness was for me because I was the one holding on to that. I was the one hurting. 9 times out of 10, the people that hurt you, some of them don't care that they hurt you. I meant exactly what I did. I meant exactly what I said. How you feel about it, I don't care. So, um, you know, but I feel better, and I just feel like a lot of times, people don't really understand the art of forgiveness and how it works. They just assume I hurt you. We talk about it. I forgive you. We back to normal. No, even like Steph said with her brother situation, even if we stay on some type of speaking terms, there is a boundary that you have created because of that situation. Hopefully. Like that area, I can't trust you in, or this situation, I know you're not that person.
It would forever be surface level.
Yes,
forever. Hi, bye. How's my nephew?
Right.
That's it. I don't really.
So that's all I got. Like, forgiveness comes with boundaries, comes with healthy communication, and it comes with being okay that some relationships won't ever go back the way they were. You gotta be okay with that. Like, I just don't believe that. Oh, like some people have had some things happen to them that was traumatizing by family members in a inappropriate manner. I'm just gonna leave it at that for the sake of words. And then they feel like that, oh, they apologize, they got help, that you're supposed to be comfortable around them people.
And let your kids around
them. And let your kids around them. Absolutely not. But I thought you forgave them. I did, so I can move on and live. but they created that wall, that distance. They have to live with that distance.
Yep. Agreed.
So that's all I got.
This topic came about a couple weeks ago when we talked about the art of fighting fair. And one of the things that did came up, I think that's how this topic came about, was when you choose to forgive someone, and especially in an argument, you don't get to throw it back in their face. You don't get to. You don't get to harbor all your feelings. And I use the example of being cheated on because that's the biggest one that people tend to throw in their partner's face. You arguing about the dishes, and next thing you know, you bringing up the indiscretion that happened. Doesn't matter how long ago, you can't bring it up in an argument. Now, if something happens and it opens the wound of maybe doing shady things, of course, mention it. Say, you know what, this kind of reminds me of the last time this incident happened, or something similar. Like I'm feeling the type of way. I'm not telling you to just don't mention it, but you can't be mad about something else, having a disagreement or a discussion about something else, just randomly throw it in as a mixture of and like vomiting all of your emotions on the other person. That is unfair.
Mm-hmm.
If you have chosen to forgive this person for whatever they have done, and you do bump into a disagreement, unless the disagreement is related to that topic, there's no reason for you to bring it up. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't mention it. You've chosen to move forward, continue to work through the hurt. And just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you instantly no longer hurt.
Right. It's not a
Doesn't mean
magic
that it's not
wand.
always a sore spot or a wound there. That wound may always be there. Depending on the severity of what was done to you, there may always be a wound there.
Forgiveness is the first step of healing.
It is. It
Like if
is.
you don't forgive, you will hold on to that part, and you can't heal with holding on to that hurt.
Yeah.
Like when I forgave my parents, it released. It would allow me to heal and move forward. Like a lot of times, some of y'all holding their weight down. Y'all feel heavy. You're like, I'm getting the proper rest, but I feel heavy. I feel weighted. You are emotionally heavy and weighted, even though you're physically getting rest. So that's why a lot of times it's important to heal. And I feel so light in my spirit and physically, you know, and it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling, you know. Um, Life has beat us up. Life has broken us down enough. It's time to build up. Time to build up.
Yay. Looking for us over here.
Yeah, it's time to build up. But that's all I got. If you're watching live or the replay, share a time where you forgave someone.
Ooh.
And how hard was it for you?
And if you received an apology, I would like to know.
Yeah. Because sometimes it don't always happen.
Mm-mm.
And I think a lot of times that's why we hold on to that pain, because we are waiting on forgiveness. We waiting on an apology. So we think apologies and forgiveness go hand in hand. Sometimes they do. But you literally, if you never get an apology, you still can forgive within yourself so you can move on. That person can live with whatever they got to live with, but forgiveness, you have to do it to heal. And you may never get an apology because it's something going on in that person's mind and heart that they ain't ready to let go, and they got to deal with their stuff to even come to the realization that what they did was wrong. Because in their heart, they like, I ain't do nothing wrong. Because but that doesn't excuse their behavior. You doesn't have to put up with unhealed people behavior because they unhealed. You literally still can check them.
Absolutely.
And set that boundary.
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh, well, they trying to work on it. Okay. Well, I'm going to continue to hold them accountable in their transition.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody hurt you. Don't let nobody say anything they want to you. Don't let nobody speak down to you. Don't let nobody make you feel like you beneath them and unworthy. It should never happen. But if it does, you check them, set the boundary. If they don't respect the boundary, then they not for you. I don't care, mama, daddy, sister, brother, cousin. It don't matter who they are. Respect is given where and earned where it's given back. You can't just be, well, I'm this age, you gonna respect me now. But that's all I got.
I feel like there was something else. I think that was it though. That's pretty much the crux of it.
Hmm. That's the area where a lot of people struggle is waiting on that apology, and you waste precious years of your life. Sometimes the golden years. People are in their late years and still harboring feelings like
Yeah.
some of it is in my family. Oh, you slept with my boyfriend when I was 20 and they like 70 now. And you
Wow.
still holding on to that hurt because they ain't apologized for it. Them or the person that they, was with. And they waiting on an apology and they live their life hurt and that's a sore spot. Heavy burden.
Absolutely. Okay.
And think back to situations in your life with a
Excuse me.
friend or a parent or a sibling that you still holding on to. They never apologized and you never forgave. Now you just still living with it. Every day you always angry, fussy, mad, frustrated. And it's all because you got some stuff in your gut that ain't healthy.
At all. Should we go announcements while we're here?
Yeah.
Quick update. All right. Anything else on forgiveness before we move on?
No.
Um, we, as you may have noticed, we have decided to take a step back from our personal pages for a little while. Um, we can go more in depth later. But as we're working on our personal growth journey, this is it's within our best interest for now. We are still going to continue to post on our business pages. So make sure you're following HeySK18 across all platforms if you want to keep up to date with what's going on. And we are also posting on YouTube. So make sure that you like and subscribe to both of our YouTube channels, one of which we are live on right now. So this is mainly for you guys on Facebook. That was something else. Oh, so while we are here, we've enlisted some help from some other people just to kind of help us post, so that way we're not spending a lot of time on social media. So Run Juicy, Netta Joe, and I'll do a post in a few days and tag them. Sue Ellen Jones. All of those people are available to assist you. You see posts from them. That is why. If you have anything that you would like to contribute to the group that fits into the theme, please feel free to share. It's a safe place. Please don't feel obligated to share. But if you find something you're scrolling, you're like, this would be great. We don't mind at all.
Yeah.
Our inboxes are still available to if you have any topic suggestions. If you would like us to do like an advice segment and share and get some feedback on it. If you would like to place an order, like a custom order or something that you can't find on the website, definitely you can DM us and we'll be more than happy to help you facilitate that order. The website's still up, so that's there. If you find anything that's available that you want, we're finishing up adding our fall lineup stuff, so stay tuned. Once we get that in and stuff, we'll post some content over on HeySK18. Anything else?
Just know that we're not gone and we'll still be here. This group is a part of business. This group is a part of HSK.
In our Steals and Deals
And
group.
still our steals and deals. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes things are necessary. Like I said, in due time we'll go more in detail, but we're thankful that we have people, a village in our corner to support us, to help us keep things running in our absence. We won't be fully absent. Obviously, we're here now, but as we work through some things.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Next week, I think we're thinking gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a nice lighter change of pace. Excuse me, because these last two topics have been kind of heavy, especially if you're not in a position to
Sorry.
Deal, you're not in the position to deal and work towards better communication. If the boundaries word is still a curse word to you, if you're not quite ready to let go of that hurt that somebody else wronged you, these all topics can seem very heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and very serious if you're not ready to grow. So I think we can lighten it up a little bit with gratitude. Talk about Go more in depth about that and how it's helped us on our journey, and we can share how we think it might help you if it works. But that's pretty much all I have. We're still gonna maintain our lives around this time on Wednesdays. Once we get our new system in place, we'll be able to adjust as need be. But I'm going to make a personal effort to communicate if this time doesn't work for us. And if you all have a time that works really good for you, you know what? I find myself around this time looking for something to do. Let us know. Because right now we picked the time based off of hump day, and it seemed like a convenient time that worked. But if a time works better as a collective and it doesn't interfere with our schedules, I'm open to moving this to another day or doing another time. We are on East Coast time, so if you are on Pacific time, please keep that in mind. Um, but yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're still here. But you would just see less posts or no posts on our personal page, and in our stories. So definitely make sure you are following Hayes K18 on all your platforms so you don't miss up. Don't miss up. Don't miss out. And if you're not already subscribed to our email list, you can go to hayesKloveshop.com. It is scrolling. We will be sending out periodic updates there as well. So make sure that you at least do that. And then follow YouTube's. We made links to make it super easy for you. And then our other social medias. You tired, boo?
I don't know what I am.
Are we boring you?
No.
Just gotta play with you a little bit. I know. I remember one time I was in not I didn't play basketball, but I was a manager and somebody yawned in practice. Like, are we boring you? And I was like, you do realize people yawn when they lack oxygen? That shit's contagious.
Come on.
You started it, but it's contagious. But you yawn also not because you're bored. You yawn because you lack oxygen. So your body's trying to get more in. So think about it, when you yawn, what are you sucking in a lot of air? You don't let a lot out. Anyways, well, that's really all I had. Our lives will probably be shorter. We'll probably hit the points, just for the sake of time, because we have other projects that we're currently working on, that are time consuming. So that's where we're at with that. Super excited, to share with you and get back in our flow with you, because we're gonna miss you. Um, Feel free to DM us any major life updates that you would like us to be aware of. Good, bad, that's fine too. Um, but yeah, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Got anything you want to add?
Mm.
Hit it.
So, remember, guys, you are the designer and creator of your destiny. You control your future. Do something daily to get you closer to your goals. This your girl, KG. I am the K from SK. This is my lovely wife, Stephanie. She's the S from SK. Y'all have an amazing night and have an amazing day on purpose tomorrow.
Bye.